So I was saying something to somebody the other day, and I was thinking about really creating legacy, creating wealth. And I was really particular about our discussions because over the years, I've come to see that becoming successful is more than investment, is more than knowledge, is more than being in some rooms. But the big deal of all of those things, I know that you that is watching me now, you must have invested in yourself. You must have invested in properties. You must have invested in getting a better job. If you are still not financially free, go to the comment section and let me know what exactly you did not get right. Let's talk a bit about one of the big issues when I was discussing with her. We now discover that there were 3 pillars that had caused so many people not to be wealthy. Number 1, awareness. Many of us are aware that whatever we are doing now in terms of investment can never make us super financially free. And we are so aware that we so talk about it. We talk to our children about it. We let them know they have to take it easy. We go to buy things on the mall and we are looking for sales because we want to take it easy with expenditure. But in as much as we are about that, we'll still discover that we are still not financially free. And this has become a great concern to many people. And so while I had this communication with my mentee, we needed to go in and really find out what the problem was. So I asked 3 questions that I'm asking now. What were you taught about financial freedom? How many years do we really go to school? We spent 6 years in the first. I went to another one for 6 years, so that's 12 years. I went to another one for 4 years, that's 16 years. What did they teach us about financial freedom? How did they say we can be financially free? So the first problem is that we are not aware of the solutions to make us wealthy, but we are aware that we are not wealthy. When you are aware of where you are at, but you do not know what it will take you to get to where you are aware you want to get to, that's a big gap that leaves people thinking that miracle is what is needed. Success is not a miracle. Success is applying the right principles and strategy. So how do you close the gap? I want to dwell on this awareness for a very long time because having worked with a lot of my mentees, I've discovered that the biggest challenge is that they are aware, but they have the wrong mindset. And the mindset is they think that their external environment will produce for them what they want to get. If I look at myself in the mirror and I put something on my head, let me just put something like this on my head, and I see it in my mirror, I don't like what I see because I don't look okay because I have something that is unusual on my head. How do I get this off my head? I can see it in the mirror. So I stretch my hand to the mirror to remove it. Is that what I'm supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? You leave what you are seeing in the mirror. You put your hand on your head and remove it. It means that your environment is not what changes your results. Whether you live in a poor environment, whether you work a 9 to 5 that you think the salary is not enough, whether you are in debt and you are from paycheck to paycheck, your environment doesn't determine what you become. You determine what you become. So many of us, we try to get this awkward thing I put on my head from the mirror instead of we solving the problem by removing it. And that is where the gap is. We always think that the solution is outside of us. No. And a lot of people have spent years looking for a solution that is within them. So how then do you fill the gap? Number 1, you are aware. Number 2, you look for the right knowledge. And that is another challenge. Many are knowledgeable, but many are not masters of the knowledge. When you are knowledgeable in a situation, for example, you take financial intelligence courses, you take courses on budgeting, you take courses on wealth management, you still end up broke. And you are wondering, you take a coach or a mentor, you are still in the same place. And you are wondering why. It's because the application of the knowledge is more important than the knowledge. I'll give you an example of myself. I do not end a training before I execute or I apply what I've learned. I start to apply before I even end, because time is so crucial when it comes to wealth building or being financially free. So the more I wait for a perfect time, the more the time is running out. So what do? I start to quickly execute. Mistakes are not a problem. They are just a stepping stone to getting it right. So once you are able to do that, you execute. If it doesn't go well, you try again. Then you master the process. Once you are able to master the process, you are reducing the gap. So I've talked about what's the first one. Please write on the comment section. Let me see if you are following me. What's the second one? Write on the comment section. Knowledge. What did I say about knowledge? That's 2A. Application of the knowledge. What did I say about 2B? Mastery. Because you have applied it over and over again. Now you are a master of what you know. The third thing is, which is very crucial, how do you compound time, which will now become relationship? What relationship do you have? Do you have mentors? Do you have coaches? And when doing that, your coach must have what it takes to take you from where you are to where you want to be. And I tell you the reason why it is needed. If your coach has gone through a challenge that you are trying to go through, there are some mistakes your coach made before they mastered it. So I'll give you an example of myself. I did a lot of investments that didn't go well. I did a lot of businesses that didn't go well. So I remember when I started my real estate journey, because I did co-investments, that was my first strategy, trying to help a lot of people. But what I did not now know was that I was ready to wait for 30 years before I sell any real estate I bought. But my co-investors, many of them, they are not tenacious in waiting. So when there is a bit of profit, they want to get it off. And that led to dispute, that led to anger, that led to so many things, because we did not have the same mindset in terms of wealth creation, preservation, and transfer. I am of the opinion that everything I'm creating is for my future. Every other person is of the opinion. So one of my mentee that came into the business wanted to do the same strategy. I told her no. If you need a clip, I will send it to you. When she testified of how I helped her. She told me, "Ma, but you are doing it." And I said, it is not going to go well. I already have seen a challenge. I can already feel the energy from the people that have invested. And so I know the pain that I'm going to go through. I know what is going to happen, because this money means a lot to them. And just seeing that it has doubled, I already saw it. And do you know what happened? 2 years, 3 years later, bam, everybody's screaming and shouting that you need to sell, you need to sell. And I'm like, nobody's buying yet, because for you to sell investment like a land banking, there must be scarcity. And because the place is just upcoming, there is no scarcity yet. What I didn't get right then was to let them know that what we bought then was not land banking. It was actually a land flipping. That means there was already construction, there was a lot of development in the area. And the reason why we didn't buy it as one man was because it was quite expensive as a then. 2 million 20 years ago is not a joke. And so we came together to buy it. But when you buy a property far away in the bush, it will take some time. That was a big error. You know, if there's one thing I know how to do now, that's why I'm mentoring a lot of real estate professionals, taking them globally to teach them how to do real estate, is that I teach them the mistakes I made so they don't make the mistakes. So what a coach will do is that all of those mistakes that took me years to learn, they compound it for you and make sure that you do not make that mistake. So your wealth building becomes shorter than their own, if truly they have gone through the process. So who your coach is when it comes to financial freedom, is your coach financially free? No, anybody can teach, but nobody can impact in you what they did not experience, and nobody can give what they don't have. So that is the third thing you should look at. And if you are able to get the right person that is willing and ready to take you through where you are and where you want to be, your growth process, your being financially free would be faster. And lastly is assessment. Do you even know what assessment is all about? I'll talk a bit about it. Assessment means that you assess your financial capacity, where you are at, where you are going, and you now check and see, what do I need to get there? And because you watch this video to the end and you are going to share this video, I'm going to put on the description an assessment test. It's called your Financial Freedom Assessment Test. Click it and take it. You'll get a score. That would help you to know exactly the next step to take. Don't forget to follow, like, share. I'm here to make sure that you live your life to the fullest. And the more you share this video, the more you like, the more you get your friends and family to subscribe, the more we are encouraged to do this all the time. Thank you so much. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless you.